Well folks, we've got another season of Love is Blind UK that's just released, and if your gut is telling you this one's going to be a smooth ride, well maybe you should listen to your spleen instead.
Listening to my spleen is the best way for me to find the love of my life. I just follow my spleen. We call it a splenic awareness. I will always trust my spleen. My spleen is silent.
My spleen is spleening right now.
That is a good sign. That's what you want. That's the spleen right there.
Yeah, so this is Patrick, one of the many pod stars out here looking for love in UK Season 2. And this first 4 set of episodes dropped by Netflix are going to take us all the way from the very first pod dates and up to the first couples meetup in the honeymoon phase of the experiment, where we're going to be seeing 5 couples get engaged sight unseen. So let's start off with the easy couples, the ones who, at least from the edit of the show, seemed laser focused just on each other and without many complications. Like Billy, the army guy physical trainer, who quickly connects with Ashley, who works on planes and cabin crew.
Well, you know the emergency exits from here if this goes tits up.
I'm actually in the army, so I'm so used to travelling around.
I was in the Army Cadets. Combat Barbie was my nickname for a while in the Cadets.
Alright, normally I'd say that's a dead giveaway that she's blonde, but you know what? We live in a post-Greta Gerwig Barbie world, where for all we know, Billy could be thinking she's any kind of Barbie, like, for example...
Midge was Barbie's pregnant friend. Hey, Midge! Well, let's not show Midge, actually. She was discontinued by Mattel.
Now, these two hit it off pretty quick and seem to only be invested in each other. I mean, they do have a bit of turbulence when Billy expresses, 1, having been married before and wanting to make 100% certain he was ready if he ever did it again, and 2, his concerns over dating someone who was in cabin crew, as he's done that before and it didn't work out.
There comes a time where you have to kind of be honest to people. I have dated cabin crew in the past, and it didn't work out.
But when Ashley mentions that there are options for a more stable 9-to-5 work schedule for her, well, Billy immediately lightens up and these two fast-track their way to a proposal.
What's the first thing you want to do when you see me?
The first thing that came to my mind was, I'm going to tell you I love you.
For the longest time.
I love you too.
It's such a big thing to me because I haven't said it since I was married. And
now, another solid couple pretty much all the way through is Jed here and Barta. He's half Lebanese, she's Albanian, and he's super into finding someone to join him on his family's Sunday night roasts.
I'm a bit of a foodie and I eat anything.
Okay.
But we know the best places to get halal food, so don't worry about that.
Amazing.
Ah, a foodie, and he's from Essex. Kinda reminds me a bit of that Essex guy from TikTok that was famous a while ago for eating stuff, and he would always say,
"Dinner! You know the rules."
But like, I never knew the rules. I wonder what that Bevo guy is up to nowadays. Maybe I should Google it, and I immediately regret Googling that. Do not Google what he's up to nowadays. Do not.
Sports? No. Movies?
No. Hiking?
No. Cars?
No.
Porn? Yes!
Now for these two, the spark is pretty much instantaneous. Cause like what? It's only been 1 date and Barta's already going...
Done.
Sorry?
I'm done.
Sorry, can you say it a little bit louder?
I'm done. I just met my husband. No!
I mean, these two talk family, they talk baby names, and it's not long before Barta's dropping the hints in their pod dates.
It's a word search.
What have you found?
I found a ring.
Did you? I wonder what that's doing there.
So yes, another engagement gets added to the mix, as these two seem to have a worry-free time. And the last couple that seems to go through the pods without any sort of love triangle situation is Cal here with Srover. Now the only potential bump in the road for these two is that Cal is part Pakistani, while Srover is Indian.
She's got Indian heritage, I've got Pakistani heritage, and like historically like there's been conflict and a massive divide between India and Pakistan 10-15 years ago. Me and her probably wouldn't even be having a conversation.
But this doesn't seem to be a concern for Cal, while Srover talks about always trying to put her family's and parents' needs ahead of her own. However, now she wants to focus on what she wants. And she does add that she's not worried about her parents because they've told her that they don't want her to have the same pressures that they did, and there are also mixed couples in her family now. So with that, plus everything else going so smoothly, Cal comes out like...
There's no doubts, that's the mad thing. Can't wait to do life with Srover. I know she's the one because of the excitement I feel before I'm getting to speak to her.
Okay, are you sure? No doubts? Because you did come out for your proposal date in a shirt with broken hearts all over, so... But alright, with these two engaged, we're now going to be getting into the more complicated relationships. Like this is Kieran, who's in the gaming industry and was in a 7-year relationship that ended a year ago, and still...
I was in a 7-year relationship, which ended a year ago, and I was in love. I don't think I've ever had like a deep emotional connection though.
7 years without a deep emotional connection. Brutal. Now Kieran quickly gets in a little love triangle with dancer Megan, and also Sophie, who's, well, been told she's a little bit cold.
Should I have my fringe like this or over?
Whatever you feels good to you.
But I'm asking your opinion. I hate when people do that.
It's gonna be like that, huh?
I treat first dates like an interview. Dogs or cats?
I got a cat. Do you not like cats?
Like a cat, you have to really work for its love, and I'm just really not here for that.
But Sophie says she's just slow to open up to people. It's a defense mechanism, and it's something she's starting to work on with Kieran, as he's told her that she's slow to open up and that in a partnership, he needs more in-depth conversations. Something, conversely, that Megan has been giving to him and him in return. So as a result, Megan is feeling very validated by Kieran. So much so, she starts to openly talk about it back in the room with the other ladies.
I got very good vibes from Kieran. But more to see, more to hear.
More to see,
Do you know
more
what I
to
mean?
hear, more to learn.
Me and Kieran, yeah. Like, me and Kieran are like solid. Yeah, like solid. Can't fault the man.
Okay, this is something that's becoming so common on this show. Why do people do this? I mean, I get the excitement of it all, but you never know who else is dating your man out there, and case in point, Sophie's here listening to it all in despair while Megan has no clue. Or does she have a clue? I hope not. Anyway, after hearing all that, Sophie decides she needs to step her game up and let Kieran in a bit, starting with why she's often got her walls up, telling Kieran that she doesn't really have a relationship with her mom after her mom met someone new and decided to prioritize them over her.
I feel like I'm really scared to give my heart to someone because, like, the one person in your life that's supposed to love you unconditionally decided something else was more important than me. So how is my husband not going to do that?
Now, upon hearing this, Kieran decides, you know what? I think it's a perfect time to prioritize Megan over Sophie. And I mean, I don't actually think his intention was malicious with this, but he then gifts Megan an omamori because, well, he's been to Japan, and it's supposed to be good fortune for their relationship. So of course, with this, Megan comes back from her date just giddy.
I think...
She's back! I'm back! She's back! Basically, it's like a little Japanese ornament that they use, and I'm giving it to you. And I sprayed it with my cologne.
Now, Sophie knows that this has to be about Kieran with the way Megan's been talking, and also, you know, he told Sophie about all the Japan stuff too. So she's rather upset, thinking how could he possibly be so naive as to think something like that wouldn't come back to the room for Sophie to see.
I ain't being like, oh, it's between me and another girl. F that. Don't sit there and feed me loads of bullshit and then pick some other girl.
So first, she brings this up to Megan, because Sophie's wondering what's the deal here, as she's feeling like all the things he's saying to Megan, he's also saying to Sophie, just minus a gift. And then, on her next date with Kieran, Sophie gives him a piece of her mind.
You decided to gift Megan, and I think it was disrespectful towards me. Your actions have made your intentions very clear.
Now Kieran then says, well, this is a social experiment, and I'm just gonna give each relationship my all and see where the chips lie. To which Sophie says,
well, that's really rude.
I respect you too much that...
But I don't think that's true, Kieran. I wouldn't do that to you, because it's a shit feeling.
So here, Sophie just straight up ends it. She's done. She decides to leave the room and never look back, right at the time that all the other pod dates are ending too, which is the perfect moment to run into Megan again.
How was your date?
Yeah, great, I just ended it.
Oh, really?
Now, Megan does ask Kieran about the breakup, and he essentially just says that his focus now is all on her, so these two ride off into another engagement, and we're now at 4 of our 5 couples for the season. So first, let's come back to the lean, mean spleen machine Patrick here, who's given off some pretty interesting vibes right from the start.
There's billions of people that live on this earth. Every time you piss on a tree, you become part of that tree.
I love that point of view.
Now, Patrick is a very spiritualistic fellow, and he's immediately invested in a woman named Anu. Because, I mean, most people would probably look at him sideways when he starts talking about his spleen, but not Anu. Although, this is Love is Blind and he can't see her reaction either way, but he's into her.
I'm a human design coach.
Oh. What does that mean?
I just follow my spleen.
You know, I've covered a lot of dating shows and seen a lot of contestants, but never one where someone's big opener was...
I got a good spleen. Excellent spleen. Mr. Spleen gets rid of dirt and grime and grease in just a minute. Mr. Spleen will clean your whole house and everything that's in it. Mr. Spleen.
So apparently Patrick is a human design coach, and hey, whatever pays the bills, I guess. And the spleen thing is like following your gut, but your spleen. And his connection with Anu starts to grow because she often talks about being very spiritual, but like in the God sense, and he's all about spirituality.
I would say it's more of a feeling, like we call it a splenic awareness, like an intuition thing.
What's that?
Oh, I can tell this is going to get old real fast. However, once they connect his splenic stuff as being the same sort of energy as her Holy Spirit, things seem to prosper for these two, until Anu says this.
Just because I've sung backing vocals with Rod Stewart doesn't mean I'm this amazing singer. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like bragging. Like, I really,
Do you know, I really dislike that in someone, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now, it seems like she means she wants someone to like her for her and not her accomplishments. But Patrick means he wants someone who's unapologetically proud of what they've accomplished. And I totally get his side, it's just, he's being kinda weird about it.
Wanting approval of people and stuff like that. It's such a low vibration, because if you constantly live life like that, you're not going to live life at all.
Cause he's saying all this in reaction to her. So it's a statement that I get, but it's also kind of calling her low vibrations. And now they're just both off.
I feel a bit confused because it was going really well, but I'm not sure we're in alignment.
Something has dipped.
Oh, Patrick is wondering if something is up. What does your spleen tell you, Patrick?
My spleen is silent. I don't really know what it's saying right now.
Yep, and it's officially gotten old. So Patrick comes back with a heavy hitter. He's driven deep into his own spleen and filtered out his old, damaged, abnormal red blood cells and produced some white blood cells. Thanks, Google. I can now mark this video as educational. But in his spleen, he came to realize this.
Do you know what? I had a splenic intuitive hit.
Yeah.
If I am going to trust my spleen, a proposal would be the next step.
Ah, he wants her to become his spleen queen.
Would you be open to that?
Sorry.
No?
Y'all, this has become a fever dream. Oh, and by the way, Anu's job is a singer. However, she feels apprehensive about singing in front of Patrick, even though he's asked her a bunch of times. Which feels pretty odd to Patrick, so now his spleen is going...
Something's
And the next time they meet, even though Anu comes back saying, okay, I wrote a song for you, I'm going to sing it, Patrick still goes...
Should I sing you my cheeky song?
I don't want you to give me a song for someone that's undeserving of that song, you know?
Uh-oh, the spleen has turned on her. And okay, this has got to be one of the most unserious moments in Love is Blind history, because there's this dramatic music that starts playing and they're having this emotional breakup, and yet Patrick is over here going...
I've enjoyed thoroughly talking to you, but I have to follow my spleen.
Imagine trying to figure out what takeout place you're gonna get with this guy. Like, alright dude, this is the 5th time in a row your spleen has decided on Chipotle. Just admit you have a burrito problem so my spleen can get a turn. But okay, this relationship ends, and that's it for both these two. However, I will say I'm glad he at least broke up with her now, because this one wasn't going anywhere anyway. So with that, we can now move on to our final love triangle of the season, which all revolves around Katisha here, who's had a pretty rough dating history, including a boyfriend who was horribly unfaithful to her. So it's great that her first big crush on this season is this guy.
I'm a charmer. I don't find it difficult to date multiple women.
Now, Katisha gets involved with another man named Demola, and these two guys are pretty different situations. Like, Demola's making these grand gestures and showing he's super intentional with Katisha, while Javen's conversation is more like...
How important is sexual chemistry on the sexual side? Do you feel like is there any Do you feel like you have any requirements?
Like, I don't have any, like, fake headaches or anything.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm built for high energy, so...
So Katisha doesn't know what to do. Javen is more like someone she'd typically date, but Demela is out here gifting her flowers and writing her poems, and she is not used to that kind of stuff.
He's like a little boy at Christmas. And it's adorable. But I'm struggling with this amount of adoration. I'm not used to this.
So she's feeling like it's too good to be true, but other women like Barta are going, why? Shouldn't a guy be doing that for you? Why wouldn't he be so into you? So Katisha decides on Demela, telling him it's you and also...
I know you've got the next date.
Don't worry, nothing's gonna change.
Say that again?
Nothing's gonna change.
Okay, I love that.
So he is getting pretty pumped and ready for an engagement, while Javen, on the other hand, is not really fighting it and saying stuff like,
if I'm not your number one, then that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? She was like, the other person's making like really big, like grand gestures, like love bombing her.
Love bombing, he said.
But when Katisha goes to break things up with Javen, he pulls out his day one notes and starts talking about all the boxes he ticked off for Katisha in the beginning, and how her big concern for him right now is that he's not doing big gestures like Demela, but he only hasn't done that because he doesn't think this is the place for big gestures, and he'll do stuff like that out in real life. So Katisha is confused again, and it eventually all comes down to the final day where she has to make a decision, and the first person she meets is...
Hello?
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah,
Ruh-roh.
yeah, I had to go with my gut. The romantic connection wasn't always there.
Flashback.
I know you've got the next date.
Don't worry, nothing's gonna change.
Say that again?
Nothing's gonna change.
End of flashback.
Oh, and then all the guys are ready to cheer him on when he gets back, but they have to start partway through, and it's so awkward. Because he now has to tell them all that he's not engaged, she broke up with him instead. And then Javen comes in, and it's even more awkward because he just proposed to Katisha, and he explains it all in the cringiest of ways.
I went in there, I was ready to end it, bro. And yeah. I bent the knee like Jon Snow.
I don't know what's more painful, the look on Demela's face, or that horrid Game of Thrones pun.
Just a bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, yeah. That's women, man. That's women, man. They don't know what they want, bro.
Yikes. So there are our 5 couples. They each get the reveals, and one by one, they're all really happy. Billy and Ashley are ecstatic and making out a bunch all through their meetup, and even afterwards when the door closes, Billy is just like,
Yes, get in there.
Dude really got out of that one with the energy of,
Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am!
while Ashley, well, she's doing the Tom Cruise in Love on Oprah reaction, jumping on the couch like, Cal and Srover have a really good reveal where it starts off super quiet, but builds and builds and builds until she too at the end is going,
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
which also happens to be everything Katisha says when she finally meets Javen.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh my god!
Oh, and it's all high energy with Megan and Kieran and Jed and Barta as well, so we're in a perfect place as we head into the honeymoon phase of the experiment in Cyprus.
I fancy the pants off Ashley. She's 1 in a million and the one I've been looking for.
Okay, hold on there, Cowpoke. You're gonna have plenty of time to fancy off her pants. But yes, everyone is in a great mood right now. Only way to ruin it is if someone were to, say, put their foot in their mouth.
I've always been with white British girls before. Blonde hair, light eyes. Obviously, it's never worked. And yeah, I'm glad you wasn't my type.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Srover is thinking back to Barta and Ashley also being there, and she's going,
Ruh-roh.
But as things come to the first couples meetup where everyone gets to see the faces of their friends' new partners, Cal is more distracted by Katisha and not because he's into her. No, he's grilling her on why she did what she did to Demela. Meanwhile, Katisha and Javen are pretty much the only couple who still haven't said I love you to each other. And Cal has no clue that the more he sits next to women like Barta, the more Srover is turning her head and getting nervous. So perhaps there's a bit of trouble brewing in paradise. And if the preview for the next set of episodes is any indication, the smooth sailing is just about up. So that's it for this recap of Love is Blind UK Season 2, Episodes 1 through 4. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
I will always trust my spleen. My spleen is silent.
I got good spleen. Excellent spleen.